Assalamu alaikum, students. How are you all? I know you guys had the difficult time understanding the div box, so that's why I'm making this video for you. So we're going to talk about the div HTML element. Like I said in the class, the div is a container. It's just like a rectangular box. For us to style elements in HTML, it's convenient for us to give them identifiers. So I'm going to give this div an identifier. ID A1. This is to enable me to point to it when I want to style it, to make a reference to it when I want to style it. So I'm going to style this div now. Remember already, my style should be within these style tags. So because I'm using ID, I need to precede the name, the name of the identifier. I need to precede it with an hash. So first of all, I'm going to give my box, just like every rectangular shape, you need to have, it needs to have a size. In school, your rectangle has length and breadth. In HTML, we use width and height. So I'm going to give it a width of 100 pixels and the height of 100 pixels. In addition, I'm going to give it a border. Border is just that line that shows around so that you can see it. So when I refresh my page, this is what I have. This div, let me put it here, A1, so that you can see exactly the div I'm referencing. So this div A1 is just in this case is a square. I can make it a rectangle, 200 pixel. I can make it a rectangle, and then you see it like so. So a div is just a box like this where you can put things. So I can also create a second div. So I copy this just to create a second one. I will name it B1. I'll give it an identifier of B1, an ID of B1. And I'm going to style it also. Like so. So when I refresh my page, I will see another div box under it. So remember I explained to you in the class that divs have a display property of block by default. I explained to you in the class that div elements have a display property of block by default. And that's why they behave this way. That's why they don't allow anything to stay either on their left-hand side or their right-hand side. Every other thing that comes after the div goes below it. So like I said that div box have a default display of block. This is what I mean. Even though I'm writing it, there will be no difference because by default, that's the property it assumes. So what if I change my my div to inline block? Change it to inline block. I would have, let me push this to the side a bit so that you can see it. Inline block. If I make it inline block, they will be stacked horizontally to allow elements to come on its sides. That's the essence of the inline block. right? There's another display property. Remember that despite I have inline block, the width and height properties are still reflecting. It still takes the width and the height property. If I change the height, you would see it will change, right? But for inline doesn't respect the width and height property. Inline, if I change it to inline, it assumes the property, it assumes the size of the content. So for inline, the size of these boxes will only be as big as the content that is inside. So that's the difference between inline and inline block. Inline block allows you to define width and height. Inline doesn't respect width and height. It only assumes the size of the content. So I hope this is clear enough for you. So I'm going to demonstrate how we can use these things to arrange elements on a web page. The real essence of this class is for you to explore these properties to be able to place elements on a web page. So that will be in the next video.